Hey guys, welcome back to Gear Forward. My name's Paul, and today we're taking a look at 5 more budget EDC items that you might want to work into your carry. However, let's go through the budget and the rules for this. Now, every item you're about to see is £10 or $10 or less. I am leaning more on the £10 side of things as I am in the UK, and that's how I actually buy them. Now, one of the things that are important to me in this list is that everything you see here is actually 10 or less. I know in a lot of other people's lists they tend to do this thing whereas, well, you can buy a multi-pack for blah blah blah, so if you divide it by the item and the price, it works out at this per item. I don't do that, because at the end of the day you still have to spend that multi-pack money to get that thing. Everything here you can buy for under 10, and I think all of these are going to be great options to add to your EDC. And just a quick sneak peek, whereas 4 of these items I bought specifically for this video, one of these items I included in the video after owning for 3 years now, I think, and I was genuinely surprised that it's still cheap enough to count for this video. So let's jump right on into it. Well, our first item here is going to be a leather strop from the company Beavercraft. I believe they're from Ukraine, and they make a lot of kind of bushcrafty whittling kind of things. I actually own a bushcraft knife from them that is also very affordable, and as you can see, this is just a nice cut piece of leather. We have our suede rough side and we have our smooth side with a lovely Beavercraft logo embossed, stamped there. And then it comes with a piece of green stropping compound. I will say that this absolutely stinks despite being in the baggie, and made everything in the Amazon order stink a little bit as well, so just beware of that. And they do include a little how to strop guide. So what can you strop, how to strop, what are the different types of compounds, some tips, and then we even have a little bit of a visual guide here. And for those that are unfamiliar, stropping should really be the kind of maintenance that you do to your knives first. It should really be like stropping, honing, and then actually sharpening. And I think some of this is just a misnomer where some people just say sharpening when they mean edge maintenance. So I think if you're into knives at all, then stropping is something that you should really learn how to do. It's just going to get you a lot more mileage out of your edge, and the more that you can avoid actually sharpening your knife, the longer it's going to last, because you're removing less material, particularly when you don't need to. Now, you definitely don't need to go for like a rather nice presented thing like this. It's quite easy to make your own strop just by taking some leather, say from an old belt, and you can even just glue it down to a piece of wood to give you a firm base or even a handle to use. And then stropping compound can be available in its various forms for quite cheap, and the various forms are just basically like sandpaper. The different colors are going to be the different abrasiveness, so you can kind of think of this as just an ultra fine sharpening stone in a very real way, but you're just realigning that edge. Now, I was very surprised at like both how nice this piece of leather is and the fact that it comes with a little guide, because this was only £6.76, so well under $10, and it's so far under $10 that I genuinely think that this will stay there for a long time. Even if the price does increase, it's got a lot of wiggle room, and this is a fantastic thing to add to your maintenance kits. Speaking of adding things to your kit, this isn't a particular single product rather than it is a category, and this is glow-in-the-dark poles or zipper pulls, keychains, that kind of thing. Here is one taken out of the packaging. Specifically, these ones are from Polymath Products. That's a UK-based company, and not only, if you like supporting local companies, is that good, I genuinely find that they are a very good product-based company, and I've featured their very affordable waterproof notepads before. I'm actually using it for my notes of this video. Now, these are great because not only do you get a little bit of a fob to pull on things, so it can be great for adding to, say, things like pocket knives to make them easier to fish out, or to zipper pulls just to make them easy to pull. The little bit of luminosity you get from glow in the dark just makes it a little easier to locate at night. You can even just throw this on, say, your jacket, so it's just a little easier to do. As I said, this particular example is UK based. I will try and find a US based one as well, and there'll be links for all of this stuff down in the comments below. But since we have a specific example, why don't we charge it up and see how it does. turn off this light. Here you can see we have a good strong glow. Now I did just throw this underneath, I think like 3000 lumens of flashlight, but you can see how much it's lighting up my hand, the sheer amount of light this is throwing off. Now if you just have this in, an exposed, say, sunlight or the light of a room, this will still give off a gentle glow. As you can see, these ones I did not directly flash, and whilst they are significantly dimmer, you can still very easily see them. Although these have been under my studio lights, they do perform equally as well whilst you're in just an ambient lighting situation. So this is just a cheap little thing that you can add on. Now these come in packs of 5, and if you buy a pack of 5 it's $5.49, or if you get 2 5-packs at once it's $7.99. So I did go ahead and grab the 2 because even if you don't use them all yourself, these are a great little EDC thing that you can just give off, give to people, including like little giveaways and whatnot. They're just a really great little item that I highly recommend if you're looking to just up your EDC game just a smidge. Now on to the actual tool side of things. We have a little bit of an EDC legend, veteran, grandpa, whatever you want to call it. This is the Nite Ize Doohickey. It's been around for a long time. To be honest, I wasn't particularly surprised that this qualified at being under £10. However, I was surprised by just how cheap this was. This doohickey is coming in at the time that I purchased it in 2024 at £4.95. It's just incredibly affordable. Now, I hadn't seen one in real life before I purchased one. However, I had seen them in pictures and videos plenty of times before. Actually handling one, I will say that I'm a little less surprised, as this guy is absolutely tiny. Let me throw it up against a classic just for comparison. You can see they're basically the same size. And just how light this guy is. Now this is made of steel, no need to worry about that. However, it is quite thin. It's not the most heavy duty of tools, but it's a keychain pry bar. So taking a closer look, here you have a 3-step wrench, a bottle opener, a large flathead / prying surface, and you can see as the light's catching there's a little bit of a bevel here, and they're selling this part off as a package opener, and you can certainly break some tape with that or force your way through some cardboard. However, if you're seriously intending to use this as a package opener, I would say just make this corner just a bit more acute by taking a file to it. It shouldn't take long, just a couple of minutes. If you've got a decently aggressive file such as a multi-tool file, it should be fine. And then you got a little clip just so you can actually attach it to stuff. Is this the greatest, one-piece tool keychain pry bar ever? No, it's not. Is it going to replace the one that I have on my keys? No, because that one's not only cooler, but it's made of hardened 01 tool steel and significantly stronger and looks better. But this for $4.95 is so ridiculously cheap that honestly you could just have these around as tools. You put them in kits, leave them in the car, whatever, give them as gifts, but the quality is still high enough that it is actually still usable, and I do recommend it. The next one we have is a little bit of a travel accessory kind of, as this is a folding phone stand from, I'm going to say this JSaw. And you see we have a pivot point back here, so you simply just fold this out, put it down, and then that gives you your angle. We have rubberized surfaces here and here for grip and to cushion your phone, and some rubberized feet back here. Use my old phone as a little bit of a example here. Obviously landscape, portrait, whatever, all works. Now one of the things I'll say about this when I got it is I am shocked at how ridiculously overbuilt this is. You can see how thick this guy is. Again, let me just grab a classic for comparison there. And this is solid aluminum, whatever you want to call it. Like, that hurt. This is heavy. This is thick. You could hurt somebody with this if you tossed it to them a little bit too enthusiastically. And for that, like, the travel aspect of this is significantly degraded because it's heavy. However, it's extremely well built. It does still fold flat, and it does have this weird benefit whereas you have the rubberized on the bottom and the top. So you can actually use this to just kind of prevent your phone from sliding around. Again, this is more of a category recommendation. Since this is so heavy, it's a little hard to recommend if you want a travel phone stand. But a travel phone stand in general is great, and this particular one is £6.78 right now. and I do recommend it if you want a little bit of a tank. And finally, we have a flashlight. This is the EDC01 by Lumintop, a AAA flashlight, and we'll give you a AA comparison, girth comparison. And this is fantastic. This is the one that I've owned for a few years now. It's a fantastic light. It's a twisty, and you have multiple modes of brightness. It has a little glow ring inside this nicely frosted lens, and it comes with both a lobster claw, which is actually what I keep my keys together, the keychain EDC Videopia, but it also has a rather nice diffuser that comes with it, and it's touches like this that I really like about Lumintop. This is a great little keychain flashlight, or to just have in the fifth pocket of your jeans. And because it comes included with this will fit just any AAA flashlight really. So you could use it with like an i3T or something. The fact that you get a generally useful accessory, which, by the way, this guy glows in the dark, which is one of the best ways that you can do a diffuser really. I gotta say, it is a very nice touch. And the fact that you can get something like this on top of a very, very good, affordable flashlight, because the build quality on this is excellent. For $9.99 just coming in under the wire for this video, this is fantastic. I solidly recommend this if you're happy with a twisty, and the knurling is good enough that you can easily do this one-handed, no problem at all. 3 modes of brightness. I strongly recommend, if you're looking for a AAA flashlight, you consider the EDC01. It's fantastic, and it has served me very well over the years, even though I think this is its first real feature on this channel. So $9.99, links down below. So this has been 5 budget EDC items under $10. Let me know down in the description, in the comments down below, what you think, if there are any items that you would like to add to this list as well. And if you'd like to pick any of these up, please check the links in the description. They are affiliate links and do help the channel. Whilst you're down there, please hit that like and subscribe button. It does greatly help. And if you'd like to consider helping more directly, then please consider Patreon, a coffee, or YouTube memberships. But that's me. I've been Paul. I'm running out of storage space to record this video right now, and I will see you, yes you, in the next video.